fois, c'est que nous, au niveau de la République centrafricaine, cette planification-là, ça se faisait avant. On parlait de l'approche chaque district et on faisait la planification. L'approche consistait à ce que les responsables de formation viennent à la base du district sur la base de papier et on fait la micro-planification. Mais quand tu repars une année après, tu n'as aucune archive et on doit reprendre à zéro. Et donc, quand cette demande est venue que nous avons acceptée, nous avons digitalisé avec l'appui de Hisp et sous financement de la Fondation GET, nous avons digitalisé. Ça va vraiment être un outil capital pour nous, pour la pérennisation. Aujourd'hui, on peut dire que nous avons les informations à n'importe quelle heure pour les niveaux d'information sanitaire. Et ça a été aussi une espace pour nous pour la mise à échelle dans, dans les autres districts et que nous allons faire vraiment le plaidoyer pour permettre à ce qu'on fait la mise à échelle dans les autres districts sanitaires. Vraiment, c'est une très bonne opportunité. Ça nous a permis aujourd'hui, le défi qui se pose aussi à nous, c'est que, vous voyez, le DHS2, nous avons utilisé jusqu'à aujourd'hui au niveau district avec la population des districts. Or, avec la microplanification, nous avons les populations au niveau de formation sanitaire, les populations au niveau des villages, les populations au niveau des quartiers, qui va nous permettre de calculer les indicateurs déjà au niveau de la formation sanitaire. Et c'est un avantage très, très capital pour nous et ça nous permet vraiment de pérenniser cette approche. Comme le DHS2 ici, en République centrafricaine, c'est déjà nous avons les administrateurs, les utilisateurs qui sont au niveau, à tous les niveaux de la pyramide et c'est administré par l'équipe nationale. Le DHZ attribué ça nous permet aussi de capitaliser et on peut maintenant dupliquer dans n'importe quel district et puis capitaliser cette approche de digitalisation de la micro-planification pour la vaccination. Voilà ce que j'avais à vous dire. Je vous remercie.
Ah, Hamza, vous pouvez traduire, s'il vous plaît. Merci.
Thank you so much. In brief, what Dr. Jean-Louis is the head of HMIS and the monitoring and evaluation direction here in the Ministry of Health. What he was saying briefly was like the DHS2 has been implemented in Central African Republic since 2021. And since that time, they have trained local technician for DHS2 maintenance and update and administration. They also have trained some director of district for reporting, monthly reporting. They have trained some data managers. So with the old system, when people were doing micro planning for immunization, routine immunization, people used to come, the head of village, the head of community, and the head of health facility used to come at the central or at the base of the district, and for that base of the district, the receivers, the data were the Excel sheets, which was not very well mastered, and the data quality was very, very affected. And when they were coming like a year later or 2 years later for finding all the micro plans, no, it was hard to find them. So he was like praising this initiative from GET Foundation and trying to explain that after this innovation, the plan is to move forward to deployment on other region and other districts, so that all Central African kids will benefit from this innovation. Thank you. In brief, that was what he said. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Hamza. Please proceed with your presentation.
Thank you so much, JP. Allow me to share my screen. I guess everyone is seeing the presentation. So let me assume that everyone is seeing the presentation. Going forward, thank you so much for attending this webinar. We are with this slide, we're gonna share the process we've gone through to build this digital tool of microplan, and then the way forward. So here we have like the outlines. We talk about the context, the introduction, why choosing this region 5, definition of microplan, current status, challenge, objective, proposed solution, architecture of the proposed solution, the benefit, the challenge, and the next step. So the context, why region 5 in car? Is the sound well? The sound volume is well set, or I need to increase? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. So the context, why choosing region 5? The Gate Foundation is the partner that is helping the Minister of Health, especially in the boosting the vaccination, the immunization program to reach all the children in so region 5 the region is by 2 elements. First of all, there are the floods, the road attacks because of flood, isolation from other central districts, roads are impracticable, very, very difficult to use the roads. There are some persistent armed group, where there are some violence, some robberies. There are also an influx of refugees. The influx of refugees from Sudan and some from, most of them are from Sudan, the Sudan and the South Sudan. Another factor or another problem that they have, it is like the low vaccination coverage. Last year, they conduct a vaccination survey, and the vaccination survey, the National Vaccination Survey showed that only 13% of the kids between 12 and 23 months are vaccinated. So we have a gap of almost 86% or 87% of kids that are not reached, yet they are supposed to reach to get the vaccine, because the program for the country is like the equity vaccination for everyone. So we have also low data quality. The data quality, because of the coverage of internet, because of the shortage of qualified people which are working in the health facility. So the data are very, very affected by those factors. So we have also some outdated health infrastructure. Some infrastructure has been old, has been there for so many years without rehabilitation. And some also have been affected by the war. So they need to be updated. Another problem that has been pointed out was the insufficiency of logistical resources. So some villages were missing some cold chain equipment. So this is the context, and this is the reason why the Gate Foundation chose this region to try to bring some resources to cope up with these challenges. So the microplan, by definition, the microplan is a tool that is used to plan or to gather all the activities for immunization to cover or to reach to every children. The microplan includes several integrated elements, such as updated maps for health facility coverage, the map for district, the data for the previous year, whereby they can analyze the data from previous year and try to see how do we cap for the gap, how do we plan for to cover the gap. Also, to plan for the resources that are required to conduct vaccination activities, and also some coordination with the local leaders and between the district, the health facilities, the village, and local leaders. So that is the definition of microplan. So how is the microplan being done? The microplan being done, as the director of HMI said it before, people were coming from village and work on a base of district at the headquarters of the district, work on paper forms. Then those paper forms were recorded into Excel, and the map were drawn manually. Some they used to choose for a good infographer who could draw the map. So the problem of this situation is like we have a very, very big issue of data integrity, of tracking for changes. We don't know who access data and who is changing the data. So once we have the data, because it is an Excel file which is being saved in a computer of someone, so we can't know if the data is still the same from the period it has been recorded or some change has been made, and no one has the control over the data. The data is also kind of personal belonging. It belongs to the data manager or to the person who recorded it. So for the map, we have this problem of the precision of the map are very poor quality, difficult to update. So every time they need to update the map, they need to look for that person who has drawn the map and try to hire him again and make a new map. And if you are at the central level, you couldn't reach to the map of a health facility or a map of district because it was some paper form. So at the central level, they don't have visibility to the map or data from the lower level. So the objective of transforming this or bringing this, digitalize this microplan was like to centralize all the microplan for their entire health facilities to one repository, one central tool, whereby everyone can go and find his microplan, the microplan for every health facility and microplan for the district. That is the objective. And so the solution we carried it out, the solution we put in place was converting those Excel forms they have in that old tool of microplan, converting them into DHIS2. So since DHIS2 is well implemented in this country, we try to take advantage or opportunity of the infrastructure of DHIS2 that is in place and try to develop the microplan. So we also try to have the geo-coordinate of the village and try to implement them, create maps into DHIS2. Also to generate, another solution was to generate a report automatically, because having the solution, having the forms and data collection tool into DHIS2, that is one. But also parallel to that, it is being able to produce or to enable district or health facility to enter into the system and print their microplan report so that they can have it, bring it to their home and maybe display the map wherever they want, or display those microplan wherever they wish. So this is the architecture of the tool. We are at the level of the health facility, so it is called FOSA in French. Then here we started the process. The people can access the HS2. Then they can enter the high risk zone and the strategy. So here on the strategies, they have like the fixed strategies. They have outreach strategy and mobile strategy. The distance is the key indicator which make them decide like this village will be covered by a fixed strategy, or will be reached through an outreach strategy, or will be reached through a mobile strategy. The distance is like from 0 to 5 kilometers. Those people around or surrounding the health facility will come or will bring their kid to be immunized, like using the fixed strategy. I'm having a poll here. I guess I will gonna cancel it. Then from 5 kilometers to 10 kilometers, those village or those the kid from those village will be reached through outreach strategies. And beyond 5 kilometers, they have to plan for mobile strategy whereby some people can go door by door and reach to these kids. So they have also a part of community engagement and supervision. Then we have the tool which is ready to be printed. That is at the level of the FOSA. At the district level, we can have, if the microplan is ready, we can bring it, make some, if it is ready, we print it, and the health facility can go home or go back to their facility with the microplan. If not yet, you can edit the forms, edit the data entry forms, and put the correct data. So this is one part. Another part is generating some individual or case-based data. So every village is recorded based on the information from who is the head of the village, what is the distance from the village to the health facility, is there existing of special population. In terms of special population, is like these people are refugees, these people are the people who are moved, like displaced from the war, or the people who are working in mines. So all those people are moved with their families, and they are being considered as a special population. So those cases from village are being entered into the HS2 through a case-based strategies. But there are also some data that are being entered into the HS2 through aggregate form, like to measure how many vaccine they need, to measure the target population per month, per year, to measure the syringe, the vaccination that they need. All those data are being captured through aggregate form. Next. So what is the advantage of this tool? The advantage of this tool is like elimination of the paper that are scattered everywhere, or a scattered Excel file that are being, like every health facility has its own Excel file, or every district has its own Excel file. So though at the national level, they were having that thing, because they have, like, if you have 35 districts around more than 1,000 health facility, they couldn't have, up to now, you could not find 1,000 Excel file for microplan. So this tool will help, like having a central repository whereby you can find those microplan, and you can eliminate, you can delete, or you can remove those Excel files that are circulating around microplan, whereby you don't know the current version, the right version, the updated one, you don't know. save time and reduce human errors, because most of we use the drop down that will help to save time, also to remove to reduce the human error. Another, it was opportunity to use the standardized operation everywhere, so that you can say like the same operation that has been carried out into district will be used into another district. Otherwise, you could find some districts, they have their own way of calculating the expenses, or their own ways of reaching the community. But with this tool, we have standardized all the intervention so that they can use the same approach, the same calculation to make the cost, and the same tool to enter the data. So this is the advantage. Another, at national level, we have a centralized repository, as I was saying, which is simplified, which is easy to use, and we have also data security and data integrity, whereby we know who accessed the data at which time, who made the change. We can track who made the change. So another, for the monitoring and evaluation team, they have a dashboard with whereby they can make some in-depth analysis. They can have real-time progress tracking. They can have better resource management by seeing what is the resource that is required here, and how can the resource being advocated to get the resources. Also, they have the automated generated report, whereby they can go and at a simple click obtain a report from for the microplan. So the work that we carried it out was like to use the data collection form, because before we use this form called ACD, it is a form made by, I guess, WHO, which is like ACD was like reach every district. So it is in French. It's like atteindre chaque district, reach every district. So that is the tool that was used since, I guess, 2019 or 2018. And they are populating the tool with this paper form they have filled manually. So we have also put in a separate instance for microplan, so that we can separate the national HMIS with this instance of microplan, in case there is some update or there's some trouble into one instance, it cannot be affected, or it cannot affect the normal DHIS2 production instance. So we have integrated village shapefile. So we didn't have the shapefile of the health facility. So we have the health facility, we couldn't have the coverage area which the health facility is supposed to cover or to support. So we went to the Institute of Statistics here in the country, try to get the coordinate of the village they have, and from that try to obtain a shapefile from the coverage area of every health facility. So we also conduct a UAT. Then we were training data entry clerk on the two districts, like a district called Bamingi Bangoran and district called Makaga. And we went there, we present the tool, we trained the data entry clerk, and after people doing the paperwork, after doing those the form, instead of going into Excel, now what we did, they brought those paper form and we directly recorded them into DHIS2. So we have directly data there without duplicating effort. So we also configured some maps to be able to print the map on a large scale printer, or a large scale printout, so that we can have a big map. And of course, I've been talking about a automated generated report. My colleague Maurice will present it, and you'll see that it is wonderful work, whereby everyone can enter and print. You choose the facility you want to print his microplan and get the microplan for that facility. So we also build a national team, which will be in charge of administration of the tool, but also in charge of trainings. So when the tool will be deployed on other districts, this national trainer team will be the one that are going travel countrywide and try to train the data entry clerk for capturing the data for the microplan for other districts. So this is an example of a plan. What we did of a map. What we did here, the map were made like so that we can see even the exact localization of the population. So you can see this black dot. This black dot represents the concentration of the population at this higher top of the shape file of this L facility coverage area. So the big circle, the yellow one, is the outreach strategy for the immunization, and the green circle is the fixed strategy of the immunization. This is a map of the coverage area of the hospital called Birao, is in the district called Bakada. And here aside, closer to this map, we have kind of a detail. What is the population from the village that have been covered by this health facility? What are the targets for the kids 0 to 11 months? What are the targets for the pregnant women? And what is the strategy that will be used to reach these villages? So you can see here there's strategy fixed strategy or outreach strategy, so that we can see every village how it will be reached. So the result, we have this digital tool, which is available into DHIS2. We have the dashboard into DHIS2. We have maps, and whereby we can show the strategies and the population to be the target population. We have better resources, response for coverage area, and we hope this tool will improve efficiency. So we hope it will reduce the paper, it will standardize the process and the appropriation, because we have been involving too many people from the API program, people from the HMIS direction, so that they have been working together on bringing input while developing this tool, but also in the training, whereby they will be the one that are going back to the other district to deploy the tool. And we have data security and data centralization. We have data. Before we didn't have this data. So that is at least something we can be proud of. We have data available somewhere. So the challenges, there are too many. I'm gonna pass through the challenge very quickly. We have still a problem of equipment. We have problem of network coverage area, this GSM network coverage area. And we have people, shortage of qualified people. People have some minimum qualification in vaccination process, but also in manipulating these digital tools. So we still have some challenges there, because some people are very, very in a back villages. So for them, they still see a tablet as something magic. So we still have that challenge. We have also some missing geo coordinates. We are missing some geo coordinate for this for villages, for certain villages. So thus we will be unable to represent those villages on a map. So the next step, we want to link this instance from microplanning with the aggregate of ditches to the production one, so that we can be monitoring what they have planned into their microplan, every facility, and what they have reported as the activity conducted for every month, so that we can check the gap, or we can intervene early. We can make an early intervention, so that we can to improve the facility and the district efficiency. Another one was to have a dashboard that can be developed to be consulted offline, because most of those areas are have problem of network coverage. So we'd like to provide to them dashboard that can be consulted even if people are on coverage with no internet. So we have also want to improve. We have developed a tool for cold chain distribution. We would like to improve that tool so that will help when assigning or when distributing cold chain equipment to decide which is this type of equipment will be used by this health facility based on the population they have to serve, based on hard to reach its access, based on the access from the road or the access from the security. So those criteria can be used to decide if we can bring there a refrigerator or can bring there a Arctic or can bring there a Indigo so that it will help them have the vaccine and be able to vaccinate. So we would like also for the tool that the app that has been developed, we would like to standardize the app and share it on a large scale so that everyone can use it into their micro planning. Of course, the next step also is to bring the tool being used in every district of this country. Thank you. I don't know if I still have time to go for demo or I can let my colleague Maurice continue. No, I guess it is Mutali before. Before the demo, it is Mutali, I guess.
All right. Thank you very much, Hamza, for which was about the process we have been able to go through with the country and other partners to put in place this micro planning tool. Now we are going to proceed with another presentation by Mutari, which is about how been we able to integrate this geospatial data into this platform. Before we go for Maurice, who is now going to present, to demonstrate the tool that we have been able to digitalize. Over to you, Mutari.
Thank you, Jean-Paul. I'm going to present how we integrated the geocoordinate or geodata into this application so that we can have the maps and other information related to microplanning. So let me share my screen here. So I will do a small presentation and then a small demo of how to collect geodata using DHIS2. So I'm Jean-Paul Mutari from Hisp. I'm currently heading the server administration and integration team. As my colleague said, we have some remote areas which are difficult to reach during the vaccination. And we have also not so much information about how the population are distributed geographically. Central African Republic is a big country. And we had, as I said, the tools that were not harmonized or standardized. So with this geodata, we can see how the population is distributed, any distance from the health facility to the villages, any natural obstacle like rivers, forests, and we can also see how the health facilities are distributed across the country. So the approach used was to add a geospatial layer into DHIS2 with all the coordinates of the key landmarks so that we can see where the population lives, how long it will take them to travel to the nearest vaccination center, and determine which method will be used, whether they be going to the facility, whether the health facility needs to set up an outreach point, or they need to set up a mobile clinic. So to have that information, we used several tools, most of them built in within DHIS2. We have the DHIS2 Android app, which helps collect the geo information. It collects all the information, but it's particularly very good for geo coordinates. That goes into the DHIS2 map, of course, to visualize it on a map. And we used another DHIS2 application called Crosscut, which is designed to create catchment area for health facilities. On top of that, also we have Google Earth Engine Rare, which has population, roads, forest, river, settlement data, so that you can see where people live. On top of that, also we added other available information, which were shapefile from administrative level, like province, district, and any health catchment area which was drawn by other partners. So from there, those points or those coordinates, we could add logistic data, we could add population data from multiple, and then to produce the high resolution map which can be printed on big format, we used QGIS. So the use case of this, my colleague said, we are able to map all the villages and their corresponding health facilities, so that no village will be missed during the vaccination. And we can see some places where the population is located where it's not very well served. It's like near the forest or across the river where you have to travel a long distance. And from those, we can create a micro plan which responds to the needs of the program, like the routes, the frequency, and also the coordination between the hierarchical health authorities, district hospitals, district health center, or even health posts. So at the end, when we collect these geo data, we are able to produce this. This is a district map showing each health facility, and the number in bracket is the number of people served. The yellow cycle is the outreach area. The green one is the population in 5 kilometers, which can travel easily to the health facility for vaccination. And the red dot here are some other population which are in these parts. So the corresponding health facility can plan to reach out to this population. These are data from World Map. So on this map here, we have the distance between the health facility and the district hospital and the population. And this information, other information is about the security information, which is all collected in DHIS2. So to have these geo coordinates, we used, as I mentioned, we use DHIS2 Android app. This app, with the current version, supports the accuracy of your geodata. So it can show you whether you are very near your target. So it will show you when you open, it will zoom in until it reaches the very good accuracy. So the other advantage of this is the administrator of the system can set up to force to capture only the GPS. So that will bring you the quality geodata. So it will not allow the people to enter data manually. So people will travel to this location and capture the geodata, no manual data entry. So you have, after getting the coordinates, longitude and latitude of each point, we then constituted the catchment area map. So we had two options. One was to import a shapefile from catchment area, which were already drawn. The other was to use the DHIS2 crosscut application. So the first one, when you have your shapefile for the catchment area, you can use the DHIS2 built-in import-export app, and then import your organization unit geometry, and then link it to your existing facility. Then from there, you will be able to generate a map like this one. This is an example of a hospital in Birao. So when you import, then you can have the catchment area. If you have the shapefile somewhere or done by another party. The second option is to use crosscut application. Crosscut application is a DHIS2 application which is specifically for creating catchment area. The difference with this one is you have to have your region or your country data in crosscut. Luckily for Central African Republic, the three districts of Region 5 were already covered by crosscut. So you have to, if you want to use it, you have to check whether your country is mapped in crosscut before proceeding. So if it's then it has data, then you can create your catchment area, and then you can publish them in DHIS2. And after that, this one will give you even the catchment area of each village in the facility. So this will give you even more detail without going into a complicated GIS expertise of drawing the shapefile of your facility. So this can give you the shapefile of your facility. So before going, let's give you a short demo on how you can correct the geo coordinates. Suppose here you have your DHIS2, you have your facility, then you can create a form to correct the information. So with this one, I have a form to correct all the landmarks in this health facility. So I can go here and report the date I've corrected this information, the landmark name. Let's say, for example, this is school A, for example. Then a landmark type, I have here a different landmark which can be used for vaccination. This is a college school. Then from here, this one will open up the map where I can zoom in, and I can, if this school is not already mapped, I can zoom in if I know the location, if I know the place, or it's my area of interest. I can, for example, this is another school here. Maybe this one is new and it is located somewhere here. So I can go here and set the coordinate. It will correct the coordinate of this school, and then I'll be able to add it on my map. So I can correct as many landmarks as I want to use it for creating the maps. So this is on the web version. Let's see how this look now when you use the Android, because it's much accurate. So for Android, I have the same. I have DHS2 Android app. Let me go to landmark. I add one event here. So I still have my organization unit or my facility for Hospital Birao, and then landmark name. Let's say this is market. Market. Landmark type. It's marché. Marché is a market in French, and then add the location. On this one, you can see here, it will, if I'm at that exact market, it will show me the accuracy of my coordinate. Then what I do, I just do hit enter, done. Then it will correct my coordinates, and I'll be able to save them. And then from here, I can synchronize and send to the server. So the beauty of this, it works offline. So you can send your team in the field, they go and correct all the coordinates, and then you'll be able to use it for planning. So I thank you, and my colleagues will present the final product of after correcting all those geoconnects, or how the final maps comes out. Thank you.
Thank you, Mutari. Thanks for the presentation. That gives a kind of understanding of how the geospatial data has been also considered and included in this process of detailizing the micro plan tool. Without further ado, let us give the floor to Mr. Morris so that he can now demonstrate the actual tool that has been developed, going through the whole process as it has been described. Thank you. Over to Morris.
Okay, thank you, JP. Okay, thank you. I think you can hear me well. I'll be presenting to you the kind of output of the solution. So let me share with you my screen.
Maurice, I'm not seeing your screen unless if some other participant is seeing.
Sorry, Corix. Maurice is having trouble with sharing his screen, but he's going to disconnect and connect again. Thank you for patience.
Okay, sorry for the disturbance. I think I'm back. All right, can you hear me? Very good. So this is a DHIS2 instance as usual. And what I'll just do is I will log in as a regular user. So basically, this is a DHIS2 application that collects all the information that my colleagues have shared from Amza, Vitali, and it puts them together and helps the users create the reports, detailed reports, and kind of summarized. So after we develop the application, I think it's better if I share this. If I share my video also. Okay. So after developing the application, what we did, we deployed it so that everyone can access it. So the users will be able to come over here in the other applications, as they usually do, and find the application called Microplan. And just after clicking on it, you don't have to do anything else, because as soon as you log into DHIS2, you're automatically can access all the applications inside this DHIS2 you have access to. So then we made it simple so that everyone can use it without complications. What they would be choosing, two parameters. They'll come here, choose an organization unit or a level or a facility from which they want to get the report. As Amza mentioned, we started with Region 5, and Region 5, you can generate a report for any district or any province from this region. Let's take an example of Vakaga district and see what the report of Vakaga, the entire district, would look like. Probably it would be better to start from village, and so from Fosananga. Let's see a district. And here, another second parameter, they'll be able to choose the year, the microplan. And that's it. Those two parameters, everything else will be done automatically. What we need from the user is just those two choices, the location or the level or the facility, then the year. Later, they will be able to generate the report. So this is going to just put together everything that they've been working on. The first page gives an overview of what they will see below. So it shows you the country, which region are you in, the province, how many communes are the province, the month, and the district, and the year. After the overview, you will be able to see the distribution of the population by different catchment areas of your district. So these are catchment areas of district of Vakaga. So you'll be able to come here and probably zoom, see which facility, so which catchment areas have many population compared to others. So we can identify that CS Amdafok and Sikikede and HC Owada. Those are the top 3 catchment areas. Even more, if you're not satisfied with that, we also give you the cartographie de sécurité, which also gives you more details about the security. Here, for each, as I said, these are the information that have been collected before. For each catchment area, you can see which ones are in red, which ones are in yellow, and zone rouge, zone jaune, zone verte. So for these ones, we have zone rouge, and also you can use these filters to remove some icons like so. If you have a lot of icons scattered on the same map, you can come here, remove some, add some, and as you can see, you can remove and add them. Luckily here on this map, we don't have a lot of them, but when there are many, this menu is helpful to help you remove some and add them. And also you have another overview or summary of information for different areas. Moving on, we get to see another map also, which combines the strategy and the population and the Great Free World population. So for this one is quite interesting because it goes deeper to show you where the people actually live. If I zoom in a little bit and try to focus on one area, we can see that, let me focus on Birao. So this is Birao, and this is where the facility is, or the hospital is. So you can see there's a lot of people who live in this center. And also, if we also provide these controls for people to be able to control whatever they see. For instance, let me remove this to explain layer by layer. So from here, we can see we have in this Birao, we have this green, which is a strategy fix. I think it's 5 kilometers from the center, we have a strategy fix and strategy avance. Beyond that is strategy mobile. So you can think maybe everyone lives in this area, in this circle. But after we add the layer of people, the population grid, we can see we have some people who live outside of these circles. That means in our planification, we will need to put or to plan for an advanced or a strategy avance, strategy mobile. Give people different kinds of fridges, motorcycles, and go in these areas to vaccinate. And also, we can see something else, like up top here, where we have a lot of people again, and it's way outside of the center of Bilao. And you might also infer some information or some insights, probably because it's on the border of Sudan and Chad. You might say you have some refugees who live here. This is another insight which can help you plan for a mobile vaccination campaign. We can see the same story for other districts and other areas, but this is a very good example of an area which shows that most of the people of this catchment area are covered. We can see we have this strategy here, and you can start. They are here, and if we add the strategies, you can see almost everyone is covered because the small dots here, they mean 0 to 5 people, which could be just like a nomad or someone who went there for hunting. So yeah, I could go on and on, but I think that was enough for this map. We also provided, as the other maps, an overview for the information we saw on the map. We can see the FOSA, a distance, population spéciale for each FOSA, and chaîne d'Ifloa. You can see directly which ones have cold chain facilities and which ones that do not. We can see below does not have it. Poste de Santé, Gordi does not, and most of them, the others have it. We'll see later where this information comes in handy. And so this is where we use that information. We provided what we call the smart decision-making tool. And what this one does simply, it takes all those information and it takes all those information we described above. There's population, there's distance, there's security, and then it helps you make a better decision to where you should put your priority. You should give priority. For instance, as we were here and we realized this district, this facility, sorry, where did it go? PS Gobi, Gordir, it does not have cold chain facility, and it has the distance. It has the distance to the vaccination is 17, which means they have to travel a long distance. So just those two information, it puts those two information puts the facility to the top for the ones that need cold chain, and it gives it the type of fridge called Artec. Probably my colleague will help me to explain what these types of fridge mean. But I think Artec is type of fridge that they carry on the back, I think, for the long distance facilities, long distance vaccination campaigns. And the others, there's PS Mele, has a lot of people, even if they don't have to travel a long distance, but they don't have cold chain. So the cold chain, the facilities missing cold chain, they are given priority, and they are followed by the facilities that have a long distance. That means people have to travel a long distance, and it has a lot of people living there. And yes, and they are followed by the facilities which are in the red zones, and so on and so forth. If we can also adjust these, we can see this, we normalize at this number, we can change, say 30, let's say max distance, say 35, change security score. You can see the red zones that were given mark were like way higher weight. You can see population also is given higher priority. You can change this and recalculate. If you recalculate, you can see that some facilities, their priorities rose, and you can see CS on the folk now is second. So it's a lot, and probably we'll also provide some documentation and tools, sorry for documentation and videos of how to use this later, but that's what the tool simply does. And later, they'll be able to see these are detailed tables, demography, prestation. They can show more for all the areas, and show less. You can also filter in case they want to probably like print and make it look better, like this already looks better. Well, I will show you an example where they can come here and say, and ignore some columns so that it will probably look better on the printout. still they'll be able to show more and less. So after the tool and the maps, they will just have these tables detailing logistique, evaluation, budget, and so on and so forth. And I think that was it for our district. And for that, I will try to be as quick as possible because they're almost the same. Let's say someone from Bilao, the facility or the catchment area we just took as an example, wants to check their 2025 microplan report. They will just follow they'll follow the same procedure where they will choose their facility and the year. It gives them a preview and an overview of what they will be able to see. Then it gives them a map of just their facility, the map of their facility only. You can see this is below. It's perfectly zoomed in the middle for printing purposes. And it gives them an overview, like a deeper overview of villages inside Bilao. So for this is for strategies. We can see that a lot of villages are in the strategy fix, which is good. That means they don't have to travel a long distance. But we also have other villages inside strategy avance, which means they have to travel more than 15 kilometers. But we also have other villages like 6, which are outside, which means they will need motorcycles and the other type of cold chain facilities. Without taking much time, we also have the same cartography, the world POP for this particular catchment area. So you can see that this is what we were looking at when the map was bigger, and but this is for a single facility. And yes, yeah, everyone, no matter the level they are at, they'll be able to see this. And they requested also they want to change the map for styles, for satellite download, and so on and so forth. You can also download and save it anywhere you want. Change the terrain to satellite, and so on and so forth. And also, when you click download, the map might not have the format you want. Actually, that format or the quality you get from here and the other places is good enough. But in case you want to print your map or show it on ground format or big panels, if I can say, you need a big map which is clear and more professional. That's where this kind of I can call it integration of the maps generated from like a high resolution maps. That's the correct word. They have been we have integrated them with this application so that as soon as you are on a particular catchment area, you'll be able to also get these maps with high resolution. I think you've seen these kind of maps in my colleague's presentation, and be able to download them as like this. I think the screen I'm sharing might not be the same one you see. I think can you see it? I'm not sure you can see it, but yeah, you'll be able to download it and see the map. So quickly, what they see later is just an overview or a summary of the information, the démographie, prestation, or population spéciale. If there is no information, they won't be able to see it. professeur spécial, comme ça, ciblé par stratégie logistique, budget, and so on and so forth. And later, also, they'll be able to print the entire, they'll be able to print the entire report and save it or just keep it as a document. And so that's pretty much it. And thank you for your attention. And if there's any question, we're ready to take them. And I'll give the mic back to the moderator. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Mr. Morris, and all presenters for the very good presentations and demonstrations. We are now going to open the floor if some of the participants may be having some comments, compliments, questions. Panelists, they're there just to answer those comments and compliments. We can take a couple of comments, if any. Thank you. Just raise your hands and then we shall pick some questions. So, no question, Ena? All right. I can see Musekiwa. Please go ahead.
Thank you, JP. This is Lynette from Hisp, Zimbabwe. This has been an exciting webinar. Back in Zim, we haven't done much in terms of data collection for vaccination, for EPI programs and all. I just wanted to find out if this is a series of webinars or it's just a once-off, and if we need support, can we reach out to you guys for the micro planning programs? Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for the question. Panelists, feel free to jump in. If I go to the question, she's from Zimbabwe, and the main concern is to know if, in case they need support to have the same tool, if we are ready. The answer is yes. We are doing this because we want to share with the rest of the community, especially those who are involved in these micro planning activities, at least to let you know that the solutions of this kind is possible, and also to, of course, make sure that those who are interested are supported. So please don't hesitate to reach out us in case you may be looking for the similar solution or a kind of this solution. Hisp Rwanda will be very happy to get in touch and support. I don't know if I have missed some of the comments so that colleagues can complement.
Maybe what I can add is, like, let us put into the chat our emails address so that she can, thank you, Lynette, so that she can reach out to everyone of us to support. Thanks.
Yeah, sure. But I think the most maybe the most efficient way of doing this is to provide the Hisp contact so that they can reach out to the Hisp, and Hisp will see efficiently how to support. Kimenyi, please provide the Hisp contacts so that people can reach out in case. Another thing is she was asking if this kind of webinar is going to be series of webinars or if it's just one-time webinar. We are planning now, because this webinar was a bit general. You see that we are talking many things, demonstrating many things. In the near future, we are trying to see now how we can split this demo into sessions so that instead of having a big demo with much of the content, we shall now see how we can split different topics and have a series of demo. I think that will help. Thank you.
But also we have I don't know if she saw the next step. So we are planning to continue improvement, comparing the plan and the execution, so that we have a kind of a tool that inform the execution. So for that also experience, we will have a webinar to also provide that the tool can be used into their routine activity for decision making. Thank you so much.
All right, I can see another hand. Is it from Anne-Marie? Anne-Marie Lopez. All right, Lopez, please go ahead.
Hello, do you hear me?
Definitely, yes.
Okay, well, I don't have a question because the explanation was really exhaustive and complete, and we could understand the core of all the project and the advances in it. I have a reflection. It is how from the very beginning you have a worry and then you started working and you get to build such a complex plan to fight against that problem that you found. Then, well, I can't imagine what the future for you is because it's really, really impressive, the work and the plan and the presentation and all what you do. And I participated to some webinars that you presented in this or Hisp. And well, congratulations is the only thing that I can say today. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Lopez. I have already gone through your comments in the chat. Thank you for the appreciation. Maybe reflection is real because for us to reach this point where we are able at least to demonstrate this tool, there is a long process behind in collaboration with the Ministry of Health, in collaboration with the BMGF. Of course, there are that gap, and in collaboration with all key partners, we came together and try to understand the gap and then come up with a kind of intervention, which was to come up with this tool. But you know, a tool is just a tool. It has to be used by people, and those people had to be mobilized and also be involved in the whole process so that they can provide their input, concerns, and expectations so that they can all those concerns can be considered and integrated in the process of developing this tool. That's why at this moment you're having this tool that is serving the purpose. And you say that you are imagining the future of all this. Of course, the future is good because we are going now to start working together to personalize this tool. And we shall be happy to also share with the rest of the world for those involved in this micro-planning in different countries, different communities to struggling to overcome the similar gap. Thank you very much. We hope that we are still together along the process, Lopez. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comments?
I guess another comment is like for missing for people who couldn't make it. We're gonna share the entire this webinar through our social media platforms, especially on YouTube. We'll have
Yes, sure. Thank you, Amza. Definitely we shall share. But, you know, we arrive on YouTube. I think the in charge of communication is going to share the link to the YouTube so that people can even revisit the same webinar after closing. All right. If there's no any other comment, allow me also to thank again our panelists for your very good presentations and demonstration. Thank you very much for participants, for your interactions, your comments, following this webinar. Very soon we shall publish other series of webinars, not only for this tool of micro-planning, but also we are aiming to share with the rest of the world, those who are involved in digital health and digitalization in general. We shall be convening different webinars in the future. Thank you very much for joining us. Have a nice evening.
Thank you.